Hello fish friends, I am Drekov and I am back with possibly... Actually no, it's not gonna be the last weapon guide because we still have the Gris Corolla coming up. But yeah, let's talk about the Wellstring 5. The third, or actually fourth bow if we count the Grisco bow. That's been far confirmed. Yeah, it fires 5 projectiles instead of the usual 3. You charge at least one circle, then you're gonna get explosives. Explosives are exactly the same as from Trace Ringer, that means 40 per pop. Go. All of them are close enough to the target, would of course be red. Seen it before, now I'm... Oh, there we go. It's a bit finicky and I don't think it's worth to go for explosions on Salmon. It's much more the PvP thing. Quick note on wall paint. Fastest way to wall paint is to just be close to the wall and tap at a bench. Alternative is to do this. It's like barely more than the tap, but a whole lot slower. Ground paint works like this. Should be good enough to paint zones most of the time. Also can get through lessers decently enough. Like a tap will kill a chum most of the time. You can just hit one projectile, like so. Yeah, if you're like aiming at it like on center, then usually you will be hitting 2. My first get 1 shot, which is nice. And for cohorts, the best way to kill them is shots, like so. Basically exactly like reflux, except faster. That's an analogy I have for this weapon. Basically reflux, but better and everything except paint and movement. And flower paint too, I guess. Yeah, paint and movement, that is the thing that reflex is. Wellstring works in a similar fashion, but it has much. Of course, for the big bosses as well. If you would hit up projectiles with a full charge, then yes, it's 600 damage, but faster to do partials, perhaps. This. That's pretty much the fastest you can get. Oh my, didn't think rotation. But your full charges are mostly crap, I'd say. But you're really only getting value out of them when you are like in someone's face, but then the question is, why do you not release earlier? This is something that some people definitely might fall for, since the damage is going up all the way to the end. Charging 1 ring here, missing a few. Jump. Oh, never mind, I'm on reflux now, that explains everything, I'm sorry, my bad. The Wellstring we go. But it's like 400 plus if you do plus charge. Getting really close to 100s here. That's a bit more. Yeah, it's a bit more after that. That's not worth the wait, honestly. It's especially not worth that. If you're also gonna get... Really, it might be max range at... Okay, no, it's definitely not max range at the first ring. Yeah, so you are getting additional range all the way to the end, I'm assuming. Yeah, the way you're killing steel hits is kinda not from range. And demonstrated with the vertical too. Yeah, you're not gonna do 300 with that most likely. Time I did, but and there's also the steel hit shield to block some. I would not count on it. What you wanna do is like this, except the middle of the charge. Of course, be close and even quicker partials. I'd still say this is still a better killer than the reflux. But you know, the reflex doesn't even kill with a full charge, and then you need to partial to off and stuff. Like doable, but and the range that you need to complete reflexes similar. You can maybe be a bit further away even. Not like looked at the actual range numbers or anything. They're even available, I don't know, probably not. Yeah, be careful with steelheads, it's not the most good weapon. I'd say it's still fine enough for steelheads though. And especially respect lessers, so yeah, make sure they're out of the way. You can do that reasonably fast if there are too many. If not feasible, or if you have high ground available, then just take high ground and that way. The way to, you know, get around your limited range. You of course also want to avoid lessers, just some of your shots getting too close to you when you ignored them. But fish sticks, this should be flexible enough for fish sticks. It's not exactly a fast fish stick or anything. Should work mostly like the other bows. Option to actually kill them from range here. It's gonna be slow. Eh. And then the other thing you can also do with the max charges is you can actually try to contribute to fish stick. And so not really do it alone because it's slow, I think. Or very technical. I mean, some super pro players might be figuring something out. You never know. If you have a combo with a lot of long range and this isn't it as well, then that was fish stick canceling. Might especially be able to hit the ones that are exactly behind the pole by firing enough. That's at least. Imagine from Sockeye Spiral on the fish that is just about to land. It's an easy example. Not even the only one. Not much else to say about HP bosses. Just quick partial slash cut them to death. Stinger. Vertical shots as with elbows are your friends. If you are far away and do a full charge, then you might be able to actually hit 5 pots with that. The damage is definitely gonna be enough to one-shot every pot. No need to worry about that. In total it has 7 pots, so you cannot one-shot. There might be a combo with bomb and the bow. Bomb needs to be really close to, otherwise it's just at one pot. Just be getting one pot. Dang it, I'm so rusty, I'm not even sure. Yeah, the weapon is not super fast for stingers, but serviceable enough. You can do stuff from range of it. Yeah, with lessers I've pretty much already said it. Steps and quick partials in the combination and you're gonna be fine. Only one of the better lessers weapon as well here. Brings us to Night Waves. Since the projectiles here are already dealing 50 with taps, this could actually be the best rush bow. In fact, this is something that the Trace Ringer actually fails to do. It starts at 40, I believe. So you can stand sideways relative to the rush and have him down. If that's not possible, you can also do something with the explosives, I guess. But probably not the full charge, but just exactly the partial that gives explosives like so. Yeah, I believe taps are just gonna be better for the most part, and as long as you can get close enough to the rush without endangering yourself, just that should be enough. realize there's probably gonna be a preference to DPS because some smurfers are always slipping through the amount of health that you have. You know, if it comes to shove, this definitely can help with getting the smurfers. I mean, you can do this preemptively as well. I would definitely do this on defense. Just hit a bunch of smurfers anyway. Nothing really to say about Mudmouth. For the ship, ideally you have another long range weapon to comp. This is in 4th slot, so the game does kinda read this as long range. But yeah, if we look at this comp, for example, then the squeezer would be a job to hit like the nukes that you hit with a ranged weapon. Sometimes it's far ones, sometimes it's the ones right over basket. It depends on map and everything. Yeah, usually, as a rule of thumb, you would be playing with weapon that's longest range, somewhere near the outer edge of the map, and on the side where you cannot snatch optimize. And then just get things there. Then finally, King Salmon. This is, I believe, a high DPS weapon, so yes, that puts it at Megalodon share bunch, and not the lower DPS weapons, like the big swag you've seen here in the rotation, for example. Or like the bust control with the help of Golden Axe. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I think this is a pretty strong bow, possibly the strongest bow even. Honestly, it might even rival the Grisco Stringer. But certainly this has better, I think, efficiency. Definitely a problem with the Grisco Stringer. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's talk about more DPS actually. Something that, of course, the Grisco Stringer can do is like kill that one cycle. You cannot quite do that here, I believe. But yeah, as you might be able to estimate here, you can definitely do 600 plus in one cycle. So you can two cycle more with the main weapon. And this is the amount of shots that you have using a bomb. Doesn't quite compare to the really nice incapacity that the Decavitator has. Might still be just enough to deal 1200 actually, if you do not waste any shots. Like that. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, you're not supposed to for no reason or anything. Something that this of course opens is, imagine there are two mouse by basket, like you could bomb one and then shoot the other one. But ideally teammates would also help, and then this is definitely a good ingredient to just one cycle more with damage. As far as the current rotation goes, maybe not too waiting of an option because the DPS other than the Wellstring is kinda low. Especially in case of the roller here. Yeah, I'd say these three are a bit below average in DPS, so if you get like any average 3, then feel free to shoot mouse when there are multiple people around. You might save a bunch of in the heat of battle as in the wave. Early on it's of course kinda whatever, what ink gets used to that. Later you get into it, the more you're gonna need your ink. Shooting musket. That is pretty much everything I can say about this wonderful new weapon for now. We'll see you for the Griscorella.